Welcome to Pre-Math. In this video tutorial, we are going to calculate the mean, variance, and the standard deviation for this given grouped data with these following scores and their corresponding frequencies. And here in the very first step, we are going to calculate the mean. And here I have wrote down our group data scores right up here. And now in the next column, we are going to calculate the midpoint, which is called an X, between these points, between 40 and 45. Let me show you how to do this one. To find the midpoint of these 40 and 45, just write them down, 40 plus 45, and always divided by 2. That is going to give us 85 divided by 2 equals to 42.5. Let's write it down, 42.5. To get the midpoint between these 2 points, let's add them up and divide it by 2, and we are going to get 36.5. And if we find the midpoint between these 2 points, add them up and divide it by 2, that's going to be 30.5. Likewise, that's going to be 24.5, 18.5, and 12.5. And here are the frequencies that I've just copied down from our original equation from here. And now in the next column, we are going to multiply the frequency f with midpoint x. Let's go ahead and multiply. Frequency is 3 times 42.5. If we multiply these two, we are going to get 127.5. And if we multiply 1 times 36.5, that's going to give us 36.5. And the next one is going to give us 122. This is going to be 122.5. This is going to be 37, and here it is going to be 62.5. And now we are going to add up all these values in this fourth column. If we add them up, I am going to use sigma notation. Sigma of f of x equals to, if I add these values, that is going to give us 508. Once again, this notation is called sigma, which really means sum, or sometimes we call it addition. And one more thing, if we look at these frequency column, we are going to add these value up as well. So we can use sigma of f equals to simply 20. And here is our final product. I have nicely filled out these value in this table. And now finally we can calculate the mean that is represented by x bar. So x bar equals to this formula. So this on the numerator, sigma of f of x, we already calculated that one. That is 508 divided by sigma of f, in our case, is 20. And if we divide this one, that is going to give us 25.4. Thus our mean turns out to be 25.4. And now in our step 2, we are going to calculate the variance. And from our previous steps, we know the score values, the midpoint x, and the frequencies, as you can see over here. And in our next column, this is for mean, x bar. We're going to fill it in, and from the previous step, we figured out the mean equals to 25.4. Let me just write it down over here, 25.4 across the board. 25.4, 25.4, 25.4. And now in the next column, we are going to find the difference between x and x bar. X minus x bar. Let's go ahead and do this one. This is our x value and this is our x bar. We're going to subtract this one. It is going to give us, if we subtract 17.1, and if we subtract this minus this value, that is going to give us 11.1. Likewise, we're going to get 5.1, negative 0.9, negative 6.9, and finally negative 12.9. And finally, in this next column, we are going to square these values that we figured out in our previous column. If we square these one, we are going to get 292.41, 123.21, 26.01, 0.81, 47.61, and finally 166.41. And now in the next column, we are going to multiply the frequency f times x minus x bar square. That means we're going to be multiplying these columns, this frequency column and this square column. Okay, let's multiply these numbers. 3 times 292.41, we are going to get, we have to be very careful with these calculations now. 877.23. Likewise, if we multiply the next numbers, we're going to get 123.21, 104.04. The next one is going to be 4.05, and next one is going to be 95.22, and finally that is going to be 832.05. And now in the next step, we are going to add up all these values in this column. So when we add them, we're gonna use the sigma notation over here. This is gonna be f times x minus x bar square equals to, that is gonna be 2035.8, and likewise we're going to be adding these frequency values as well. So we're going to say sigma of f equals to 20. And here is our final product. I have just put down these numbers in a nicer way. And now we will be able to calculate the variance by using this formula. And one thing, just keep in your mind that we will be using this data as a sample. Okay, just keep in your mind. So the variance, let's go ahead and calculate variance equals to, on the numerator, this thing you can see is same as this quantity. Let's put it down. So that is 2035.8 divided by, we have a sigma of f, in our case is 20. You write down 20 and then minus 1. Let's simplify this one. 2035.8 divided by 19, and that is going to give us 107.15. So thus our variance turns out to be 107.15. And finally, in our step 3, we are going to calculate the standard deviation. And here is the formula that we will be using. Standard deviation is always equal to the square root of the variance. And here is the variance formula over here. And this once again is the sample data set. And here's the variance value that we figured out in our previous step, which is 107.15. We're going to take the square root of that one to find the standard deviation. And if we take the square root, that's going to be 10.35. So that is our standard deviation. So thus our standard deviation turns out to be a 10.35, and that is our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.